This is a card from my October Stamp Club Express. We do 3 cute and quick cards each month. They're super fun, and they still pack quite a bit of a wow. So this card, we used the Gently Falling stamp set. It's a 2-step stamp set. I love anything to do with leaves, so this is a set I will keep forever. And we used this stamp, which coordinates with this one. So when you stamp that in a light color, you can stamp that one on top to get the detail in a darker color. But we are just going to use this one stamp for this project. We are using a piece of Fairy Vanilla, and the colors that we're going to use are Calypso Coral, Perfect Plum, and So Saffron. I'm going to start with the Perfect Plum. Now, if I were just to stamp this right on my cardstock, it's going to be darker than what I want it. I want it to be quite light. So I'm going to stamp it off twice. Then I'm going to stamp it in the middle, just like that. That's what I want. I want it to be really light. Now, we're going to need to clean this because we're going to use the same stamp. Actually, before we clean it, we're going to use the Stamp-A-Majig for this project. You could eyeball it, but I want it to be bang on, so I'm going to stamp my image on my image sheet. Now I'm going to do my stamp. My Stamp and Scrub. This has already got mist on it. Dry it. Alright. You want to make sure it's really clean because we are now going into the So Saffron. And I'm going to line that up right about there. Position my handle. Move it. Oh, pretty. I didn't stamp off on this one, and I did that on purpose. And you'll see that when we're done the card. I'm going to go into Calypso Coral, and I'm not going to stamp off on that one either. Ink it up. Position it. Put your handle. And stamp. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. Clean it. Alright, now you'll see why I wanted that to be lighter. We're going to go back on top with the same Perfect Plum. And we're going to use the Perfectly Pinned stamp set. And I'm going to use the thank you. You could use Celebrate Today, the Happy Birthday, whatever you like. I'm going to use the thank you. So I'm going to ink that up. And you could use your Stamp-A-Majig for this as well. I'll show you how that works with the words. This is cool because you can try it, see how does it look down here, how does it look on the side up here. So when you find out, find the spot that you want it, then you just simply position it, put your handle down, move it, ink it up, and stamp. Isn't that pretty? So you see, if I had stamped that in the color directly on top, it would be as dark as these, and then that one would show. And I didn't want to bring in the black or brown. When we did this card at Stamp Club, we did stamp this in, I believe, Stays On, black Stays On, and it did look nice. But for this video, I'm just changing it up just ever so slightly. Alright. Next, we're going to grab our Big Shot, and we're going to grab the polka dot embossing folder. Now, I want my bumps to be on top. So I always tell everyone to just think bumps on bottom. If it's flat, that means that the bumps are going to go on the reverse side, but you want the bumps to be on the top. So the bumps on the bottom is the trick for that. And then we're going to grab our Big Shot here. We're going to open it up for the embossing folders, build our sandwich, put it through, and just crank it. I love my Big Shot. I can't believe I took so long to get it. It took me about a year when Stampin' Up! First came out with it before I took the plunge and bought it. I betcha I use the Big Shot on practically every single card or project I make. Love it, love it. Alright, I don't know if you can tell, but there are dots on my card now. So, I'm going to put my snail. Now, the cards that we did at club, actually we had rounded those. So I'm going to go get my corner rounder. Just one second. Alright, I have my corner rounder. Now, I bought this when the punches looked like this. This is the old style of punches. So if you were to buy our corner rounder punch now, it's going to come and it's going to look like this, just so you know. So I'm just going to put this in the corner and round it. The cardstock that I've chosen for this card are the 3 colors that I stamped with. So we've got the Perfect Plum, the Calypso Coral, and the So Saffron. So I'm going to do the same thing to them. I just realized it's, oh no, it's not close. I thought it was. I'm not going to corner round this. Now, at Stamp Club, whoops, I missed a corner. At Stamp Club, we just put the card right on like that, and it looks lovely. It looks very nice. But for today's video, I thought I would step it up a little bit and layer it. Put that right a bit. So we're going to layer it on the So Saffron. The Calypso Coral. And put that onto a Perfect Plum. And there you go. A very cute, very quick card. If you wanted to add dazzling diamonds, you could. If you wanted to add ribbon, you could. I'm addicted to the Shimmer Mist paint mixed with the rubbing alcohol, so I'm actually going to give it a squirt of that. And boy, does that make it shimmer. Holy mackerel. So, so pretty. I don't know if you can see that in the camera. So pretty. And I should just show you that I use computer paper. I cut my computer for the center of the card, the inside of the card rather. I cut my computer paper at 5 1/4 by 4 because our card is 5 1/2 by 4 1/4. So I take 1/4 of an inch off. So it's 5 1/4 by 4. I put that on the inside of my cards. Then I stamp my expressions. I don't often show that, so today would have been a good time to show you. And another thing is because I had rounded the corners, it might actually look good to do that. I don't put snail all around on the paper because I don't think you need to. I just figure save my snail for my project as long as it's on there. If you want, you can stamp the leaf on there and that would look really pretty as well. In fact, we'll go ahead and do that. I am going to stamp off. And there you have it. Add your sentiment and you've got a card good to go. So this again was one of our cards from the October Stamp Club Express. So I hope you enjoyed that. Try it with different images. It's such a pretty layout and it's so simple, and that's with one stamp and one sentiment. Thanks for watching and happy stamping.